Now on KREM 2 News at noon, a busy day for Spokane City Council as they consider three major issues. We'll take a closer look at the impact of the decisions made tonight.
And we'll be tracking a very rainy and windy week ahead of us. We'll have the latest on when the next batch of rain is set to arrive.
And controversy over a comment made by an ESPN game day host. Hear how the WSU head coach reacted to the remark. Hi everyone, it's so good to see you here. Welcome to KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Tim Pham in for Laura today. We're starting things off with a look at your weather forecast. It's a warm start to the week, but somewhat wet this afternoon, and more wet weather is on the way. So let's check in with meteorologist Thomas Patrick now in the Outdoor Weather Center. Thomas, we see all that green on the radar.
Yeah, and most of the activity is going to stay to the west of Spokane, though we did get a brief amount of rain between about 5 or 6 o'clock earlier on this morning. Ever since then, the sun behind me has been trying really hard to peek through the clouds. At the moment, still overcast, but seeing a little bit of sunlight behind me. But yeah, the green on the radar is going to stay about Moses Lake to Omak and westward. The rest of us might actually see a little bit of break in that cloud cover. Certainly the satellite noting that over the Palouse, and that is easily where it's the warmest right now in the inland northwest. Look at this, 72 degrees in Pullman and 70 in Moscow and up to 78 degrees in Pomeroy right now. So that's the sunshine. If we can get a little bit of that right here, our temperatures will also follow suit right into the 70s today. So honestly, today should end up being our driest day of this week, aside from that little bit of rainfall that we had from this morning. So look for the sun to try to peek out. And when it does, yeah, up to about 77, 78 degrees. Great stuff for today. However, a cold front is going to quickly move in behind that for tonight. You can see that that rain will start to advance slowly but steadily eastward. So coming up, I'm going to detail just how quickly or slowly the storm front will pass us and just how much colder the rest of this week is going to last.
Driver is facing vehicular homicide charges after a deadly crash near the Spokane International Airport. According to Washington State Patrol, a Honda Accord and a Kia were both going eastbound on I-90 last night when the Honda hit the Kia. A woman from Redding, California, who was a passenger in the Kia, was killed in the crash. The driver of the Honda is expected to face charges of vehicular homicide. Happening today, the Spokane City Council has a busy day ahead of them. Several key items are expected to be voted on and discussed during their meeting tonight. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones has a closer look at what's on tonight's agenda, including a vote involving the mayor.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an extremely busy evening here at City Hall during tonight's council meeting. And we're tracking three major items that also includes a resolution to vote on the censure of Mayor Nadine Woodward. This comes after she appeared on stage with self-proclaimed Christian nationalist and former state rep Matt Shea. The mayor has repeatedly apologized for the appearance and said she didn't know Shea would be there. Councilmember Zach Sapone and Betsy Wilkerson are sponsoring the resolution. And to be clear, a censure doesn't impact Woodward's ability to hold office, but it is a formal disapproval of the mayor's behavior from City Council. On the agenda as well, and the second key item we're tracking, an emergency ordinance following news that Scraps euthanized more than a dozen dogs last Wednesday. Council members say the ordinance is intended to adopt a clear legal statement in the Spokane Municipal Code against the euthanizing of animals when the shelter doesn't have room for them. Scraps told KREM 2 they do not euthanize dogs when the shelter is at capacity, but they will euthanize dogs deemed too dangerous to adopt or to end an animal's suffering when it's terminally ill or injured. The ordinance would not allow Scraps to euthanize aggressive dogs. Now, for that third key item that we're tracking, the council is also expected to vote on a resolution to open an independent investigation into the allegation made against former city administrator Johnny Perkins. Perkins is accused of violating the city's sexual harassment policy. He was put on administrative leave in June after concerns from fellow employees were forwarded to the city's Human Resources Department. He then announced his resignation in July, citing health issues as his reason for stepping down. So, as mentioned, just a really busy night here at City Hall, and we're going to have a reporter here as well bringing you updates throughout the evening. That meeting is expected to start at 6 p.m. But for now, reporting in downtown Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Covering North Idaho, a report from our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press shows that police calls for service were down more than 20% in downtown Coeur d'Alene this summer. So from June to August, police responded to about 1,200 calls. So that's actually down from 1,400 the summer before and 1,600 in 2021. The Coeur d'Alene Police Department says they had at least 5 officers patrolling downtown this summer. Police wrap up their downtown emphasis at the end of the month. They'll pick back up again next summer. Meanwhile, the town of Harrison is under a drinking water health advisory. According to the Coeur d'Alene Press, high levels of manganese were found in the drinking water. The city's website says manganese is a naturally occurring element found in soil and water, but too much can be unhealthy for young infants 6 months and under. A town hall to address the advisory is scheduled for tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Harrison Senior Center.